Nina had always loved exploring old thrift stores, drawn to their peculiar charm and the secrets hidden among the dusty shelves. One rainy afternoon, she stumbled upon an antique key in a glass case. Its ornate design caught her eye, and the tag beneath it read, "Unlock your destiny." Curiosity overrode caution. "Where does this key lead?" she asked the elderly shopkeeper. "To a room," the man said, his voice low and gravelly, "but not one you'd want to enter." Nina laughed nervously. "I'll take it." That night, she dreamed of a door. It stood alone in a foggy void, its wooden frame cracked and ancient. When she woke, the key lay on her bedside table. She didn't remember putting it there. Shrugging off the unease, Nina tucked the key into her bag and headed to work. But the day felt off. Shadows in her peripheral vision seemed too long, and strangers stared at her with vacant eyes. When she returned home, her heart stopped. At the end of a hallway, where there had always been a blank wall, a door now stood, a perfect match to the one in her dream. Its surface bore deep scratches, as if something had tried desperately to claw its way out. The key in her bag grew unnaturally warm, as though beckoning her. Nina told herself it wasn't real, yet against every instinct, she approached the door. Her trembling hand inserted the key. It turned with a satisfying click. The door creaked open. Inside was a room that shouldn't exist. A dimly lit chamber with no visible walls or ceiling. Objects floated in the air. An old clock, a porcelain doll, photographs of people she didn't know. And then she saw it. A figure stood at the center of the room. It was indistinct, its form shifting like smoke in a breeze. As Nina stepped closer, the figure turned toward her. It had her face. "What is this?" Nina whispered. The doppelganger's smile was wrong, too wide, too knowing. "It's what you've always wanted," it said in her voice. Nina backed away. "I don't understand." The room shifted around her. Memories she had buried long ago appeared on the floating objects. Her childhood home, the face of an old lover, the journal she had lost years ago. "This is your room," the figure said. "It's been waiting for you." The air grew heavy, pressing against her chest. "I don't want this," she said, panic rising. The figure's eyes darkened. "But it wants you." The floating objects began to orbit her, faster and faster, their edges sharp and menacing. The walls pulsed with a heartbeat that wasn't hers. She turned to flee, but the door was gone. "No!" Nina screamed, pounding on the invisible barrier. The figure's laughter echoed, a sound that made her blood run cold. "Once you enter, you can never leave." In her desperation, Nina yanked the key from her bag and threw it at the figure. It caught the key effortlessly, its smoky form solidifying for a brief moment. The room trembled, the floating objects shattered, and the heartbeat stopped. With a deafening roar, the room collapsed into itself, pulling Nina into the void. She woke up in her bed, drenched in sweat. The key was gone. Her apartment was eerily quiet, but the wall at the end of her hallway was blank again. Relief flooded her, until she noticed a faint outline of a door etched into the plaster. And beneath it, scratched into the wood floor, were the words, "See you soon,